The St. Louis Stallions' first season in St. Louis was a success. Leaving Carolina, the Stallions were able to win the NFC South, and they were able to make the NFC playoffs, and they were able to defeat the Dallas Cowboys in the wild card round, able to take them down and advance on into the divisional round after defeating the Cowboys 17-6. Low scoring affair, but they were able to get the job done. And then after that, they would have to take on the mighty Detroit Lions. And this is another just close game, 6-6 here late in the third quarter. Then Jonathan Brooks would score a touchdown to give the Stallions the lead. But then the Lions would fight right back. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets knocked around, and then he ends up running this one into the end zone, which would then lead to the ball game being retied up here. Then late, Bryce Young would come out and have a big-time moment after the Lions would take the lead with a field goal with around 52 seconds left to go in the game. So Bryce Young would then get the opportunity to do this right here. Bryce Young, 47 seconds left in the game. Then he just takes a deep shot here to Deontay Johnson. Gets all the way down to the 18. They hurry it up. They come back, 2nd and 10. Pass here to Deontay Johnson, and Johnson goes in for the score. And that right there would be what the Stallions needed to send them to the NFC Championship game. They would defeat the Detroit Lions in this one. Deontay Johnson, a big play right here. Johnson, a pending free agent. Is that going to be his last catch in St. Louis? Or his last catch for the Stallions, last big moment for the Stallions as they defeat the Lions 20-16. And then it would be on to Philadelphia. They would take on the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. This is a team that throttled them earlier in the season. Would they be able to overcome that Eagles defense? Well, the answer to that is a resounding no. The Eagles pretty much dominated this one. Stallions didn't get on the board till midway through the fourth quarter. Tommy Tremble with a touchdown reception. And that would do it for the Stallions season, as they would not shock the world and head to the Super Bowl. They lose in the NFC Championship game 31-7, but still a great season. They were projected to be a top 10 team in terms of where they would finish in terms of draft picks. Instead, they're picking at the end of the first round. And welcome to the offseason, people. A little bit of a recap if you missed those videos. We did win the NFC South. We went 12-5. We have a lot of players retiring. Harrison Smith, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, all calling it a career in this franchise. And we'll take a quick look at some of these stats here. Bryce Young, 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Almost 70% completion percentage on the season. So a great season by Bryce Young. And Jonathan Brooks, a really good season. Only played 10 games. Would have been easily over 1,000 yards rusher if he played all 17. So that is something that we all have to look for in the next season. Miles Sanders will be back. We're probably going to need another young running back. And Deontay Johnson is probably not going to be back. A little too old to be given a lot of money to. He'll be looking to get paid somewhere else. And that's just not going to be here in St. Louis. So we will have to find another receiver. Xavier Legette, I think, is ready to become that number one receiver for us. We'll still find another receiver in free agency and potentially the draft. We'll have to find some more line depth, I think. But might be tough. This draft class doesn't look that great in terms of offensive linemen, at least late where we're picking. And we'll have to find some more production in terms of getting to the quarterback. That's something that we're going to be really focused on. We just didn't get to the quarterback enough, I think. And we're going to have to figure that out here in year 2. Interceptions, pretty good stuff. Caleb Farley played nice, but I don't expect Caleb Farley to be a long-term answer for us, personally. I would like to have him back, but I don't think he'll be someone who's going to be here for 3-4 years. And, I can't believe it's taking me this long into Madden 25's life cycle to get to an off season in a mainline series. It's just, It hasn't happened. We got 3 defensive touchdowns, which is pretty good, I think, honestly. We'll take one look here at the 2024 season recap. Bills are your Super Bowl champions. We won Coach of the Year, and Trevin Wallace was the Defensive Rookie of the Year. So, Ike Mekwonu, we are going to accept that 5th-year option. Deontay Johnson, that's just not going to happen. Already a little bit older, so we're not going to bring him back. We're looking through here. Who are we going to bring back? We're going to let a lot of these guys walk, honestly. I want to get younger at tight end, but Nick Scott regressed, so we're going to have basically an entire new strong safety room, new special teams unit. I might be talking about wanting to get younger. We are going to bring back Shaq Thompson. He should be good for another 2 years at the very least. And then we'll probably start trying to find some younger linebacker talent to go along with Trevin Wallace. And then looking through here, Austin Corbett, 29, offensive linemen don't regress that much in Madden, I don't think. So we're going to try to bring him back, and he is willing to come back. So good offensive lineman. We'll probably start focusing on linemen and linebackers, if I'm being honest, for the 2026 draft. And then Xavier Woods, we tried to bring him back. He's 30. I thought we offered him a decent amount of money, but he wants to go somewhere else, which is fine. But that's going to do it for re-signing. Is KJ Hamler. We took a flyer on him. He was a free agent, street free agent. We just brought him in, see if he could do anything, and, made some nice plays every now and then, but just not a focus of the offense. And we're going to get younger there too, I think, in the back half of that wide receiver room. So in the draft. So there's always good receivers in the draft. So that's what we're going to do. So we're looking around here. Free agency. Nothing too crazy out here. That's kind of my complaint. It feels like not enough good players hit the market. I feel like there's Chase Young, but we need a new kicker. And we're going to go with Jake Moody. Now, I know in real life he's been really struggling. But in Madden, he's good enough. So we're going to offer him a 3-year deal. Try to bring him in. And look pretty good to potentially bring him in. Going to need a new punter as well. And that is going to be the punt god, Matt Araiza. Hope I said his name right. He's a punter. Who cares? So looking for a new strong safety. And we're going to go with Derek Forrest. And looks like he has good speed, some good ratings. Younger, 26. So he's a younger player. Going to try to bring him in. And then looking through here at corner. And I want to get a little bit more athletic at corner. And a guy who has a ton of athleticism is going to be Eric Stokes. And we're going to offer him about a 2-year deal here. Try to bring him in. And, Stokes is, Madden, he's a good enough player. In real life, I'm not a biggest fan of Eric Stokes. And then we try to take a big swing here to get at pass rusher. And we offer a pretty big contract to Chase Young. And he's just not going to budge here. Looks like he might end up heading back to Washington. So we need something on the edge. And we're looking through here. Also, I've never upgraded the free agent interest things. I just never will. I feel like that just makes it too easy. Like you're playing on easy mode. He ends up going to Pittsburgh, actually. So we do get a couple signings, though, in that first round of evaluations. And we get Eric Stokes. We get Derek Forrest. We get Jake Moody. And we get the punt god. So some big upgrades right there, I think. At least physically. Eric Stokes, 95 speed. So I think at times we got beat deep. This Jonathan Bullard, that's just a depth signing. Nothing too crazy. Just a backup in case someone gets hurt. Some of these other guys, I don't want to pay backups a lot of money. I want to pay them somewhat cheap. We're looking through here, though, for some more defensive tackles. We need defensive tackle help because it doesn't look like the defensive tackles in the draft are particularly good. And I want someone a little bit younger, and Devontae Wyatt fits the bill. We offer him a 3-year deal here. What's this? Around $26 million. So I think that's a good signing. I like Devontae Wyatt. I like Devontae Wyatt in that regard. Not necessarily as a first-round pick in the NFL draft when there's other talented players around, but like the Packers did. But Joseph Ossai is a guy we bring in, could be a pass rusher for us. And then Isaiah Simmons here could always use more DBs. Isaiah Simmons, could be a guy we end up maybe switching back to linebacker, honestly, if anything happens to either one of our linebackers. But we're going to have Derek Brown back. We don't have any left outside linebackers right now. And so what we're going to do is we are going to take Joseph Ossai and we're going to move him to outside linebacker. He's more of a pass rusher. He's 263 pounds. I definitely don't want him on the line. I don't know if that matters in Madden. It should matter in Madden, I think. If you have a bunch of small dudes on your line, you should be getting run over constantly by these big offensive linemen, personally. That's the way I view it. But we do get an offensive outside linebacker. I almost said offensive linebacker there. Deontay Johnson ends up going to the Lions. It's kind of weird, honestly. I feel like they have a good enough receiving core. Not sure why they spent money on that, but you got J-Mo, you got Amon-Ra. I guess Deontay Johnson does slot in as like a good third receiver. We do need another receiver. I do want to get someone who's like kind of a finished product somewhat, and we're looking around here. Again, I want to do it somewhat cheap, and DJ Chark not getting a lot of interest, and a lot of these guys down here aren't getting a lot of interest. So, and DJ Chark still has some decent ratings. We look around here. I want a guy, maybe there's a guy I can just throw this thing up to, and looking around, see if there's anyone that we like. And DeAndre Hopkins a little too old for my liking, and definitely not Allen Robinson, definitely not Juju. And then it ends up, we look here, DJ Chark, 86 spec catch, still pretty good of a rating. And this is going to be a 1-year deal, actually. So around a little over $5 million for a 1-year deal. Tommy Tremble is a guy that didn't want to stick around, so we're going to give him a 1-year, $5 million deal as well. Thought about Mo Alley Cox as well, just to kind of, I said I wanted to get younger and more athletic at tight end. There's not a lot of options for that, honestly. It feels like good tight ends, they don't really hit the market right now in Madden. Might have to work a trade if I want to do that. So, looking around here, this is our free agent class, and I have to say, I really like it. Bullard's just a depth piece, honestly. But everyone else is going to play. Everyone else is going to make a contribution to the team, and I think we got a little bit younger, a little more athletic in some of these key positions that we needed to get younger at. Chark, that's a 1-year deal, about the same age as Deontay Johnson was last season, so it's kind of a lateral move, if you will. But now it's time for the draft, and I always forget they have this really cool little animation thing. I decided not to show that because I have no clue if that will get copywritten by the NFL, because it's NFL footage. I showed a little bit of it. I'm going to be really pissed if I have to take that out. If there's a weird edit in the video, I took it out I took out the little footage before the draft in the YouTube editor. So, the Patriots, they take an offensive lineman. They were going to take a quarterback until let me just say this. I had to go in and raise Drake May's ratings because a lot of the mock drafts had them taking a quarterback. They were going to take a quarterback while already having Drake May. So that's clearly still a problem in the draft system here. But the Raiders get a quarterback in Jake Clifford. One of the guys we liked was Matt Crocker, was a corner. He gets taken by the Rams. I thought about moving up in this draft, and I just couldn't be bothered to do it. I was like, I'm just going to stick and pick at 30 and take a look around here. We looked at a lot of cornerbacks. This was kind of our focus. We knew we were going to go corner in this draft. And we wonder if there were some guys left. And this looks like to be there is a corner left here. It's Tremont Battle. We have him as a top 5 talent. His physicals, a 4.36 40. A 4.30 40 at his pro day. Tremont Battle looks elite. Elite acceleration, elite change of direction, elite speed. So Tremont Battle is going to be the pick for us. We looked around. Is there any edge rushers? There just wasn't. So Tremont Battle out of Ohio, not Ohio State, Ohio from the MAC. We're going to draft Tremont Battle here. You get a really cool animation here. Because I have commentary turned off in the main game, I don't think I get to hear Roger Goodell actually announce it. So there's no audio of Roger Goodell, it's just him standing there. But there he is, the first draft pick in the history of the St. Louis Stallions. It's going to be Tremont Battle, cornerback out of Ohio. And he was ranked number 3 in true value. We got him at 30. Track speed, high football IQ stands out on film, and great footwork to mirror routes in man coverage. So this is a slam dunk pick. Hidden dev as well. Great speed, great change of direction, great agility, great acceleration, good jumping, decent strength for a corner, honestly. So this is a great pick, slam dunk. I don't think we could have went any better here at this late in the draft. In the first round, you get a guy like this that should have went in the top 5, top 3. You're going to be happy with that. So that's what we take here in the draft. Tremont Battle, cornerback. So we come back next pick. I'm still trying to find, is there any like edge rush talent here? Defensive linemen. Don't really like any of the defensive linemen in this draft. Just nothing that stands out. None of these guys jump off the page for me. But this seems to be a cornerback draft. If you need a corner in this draft, this is the draft for you. There's a lot of good corners. And then we look at Terrell McGill. Slippin' Terrell. 4.40 at his combine, a 4.3740 at his pro day. So solid strength, great speed, solid acceleration, everything else solid, but great speed. And at this point, we're just going to go corner. We're going to go best player available, and it seems to be Terrell McGill. Nothing else stands out, and he was ranked number 7 in true value. We get him at 57, so we get 2 top 10 players. Just around the top 50, in the top 50 picks, we get 2 top 10 players in the draft, picking where we were picking. And so I think that is a slam dunk. We go corner again, corner with our first 2 picks of the draft. And he also has hidden depth, 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 85 agility, 90 change of direction, 85 jumping, a little bit lower on the strength, but still, this is a really good pick. So, now, what, JC Horn does become a little expendable if he's a guy who doesn't want to re-sign with us. We're not going to be left holding our you-know-whats if JC Horn doesn't want to re-sign. We'll be able to just kind of go on our way here. We'll have 2 young stud corners ready and able to go. So we come back 3rd round. Again, I'm going best player available. This running back looks pretty good. He's a power back archetype. We look through here, 5'11", 2 something, and A, break tackle, B, carrying. 40 time is all right. 40 time is so weird in Madden. Like, you would think that 4.5 is really slow, but guys can still be in the 90s speed with a 4.5 40. So we take a running back here, Roger Goodell announcing the pick, and he's not going to come on stage. He's at home, I assume, with his family. You're going to see Dave Canales here celebrating, looking at, like, we have a bunch of guys with those weird bald caps on their head wearing suits, but we do get a running back here from South Carolina in Ben Patton. And he was ranked number 53 in true value. We took him at 80. So again, another almost like a steal, honestly, if I'm being honest here. But yeah, good speed. I mean, he ran a 4.5 and still comes out with 91 speed, 77 strength, 91 acceleration. And then you take a look here. A, break tackle. B, carrying. C, spin move. B, stiff arm. Really good pick. So at this point, we are going to take a shot here on a outside linebacker, Daryl Meadows. Elite speed. It says elite, but I guess because it's relative to the position. But A, hit power. B, block shedding. B, play rec. And we're going to take him. And good speed for a linebacker. And then everything else is just whatever. I'll have to go at his ratings later. I wonder if he's more of those, one of those, a 4.3 outside linebacker, honestly. But which might be a little bit miscast here. But we're still looking around here, trying to find some other players, trying to find some steals. And this one is going to be a receiver. Looking at Kenny Reddick, he didn't go to the combine. Maybe he was injured. It's one of those draft stories that I missed. They should have a thing here in this screen where you can look at draft stories about these players in case you didn't see them. But we take Rayshon Stump, and he was ranked 135 in true value. We drafted him at 126, so probably a little bit of a reach, but he does have hidden dev, 92 speed. Everything else looks really good here. 95 acceleration, 88 jumping, 86 change of direction, 88 agility. He is 5'9", so it's weird to see such a high jump rating, but again, getting younger at receiver as we let some guys walk. So that's kind of one of the key things we wanted to do in this draft. We find another corner here late in this draft, round 5, round 1 to 2 talent, slot corner, Sterling Raymond, B, man coverage, 4.5 40, 4.5 40 at his pro day. You know what? A, block shedding, B, injury, B, tackle. We'll take him. Why not? Why not get, continue to get younger? And he's ranked number 43 in true value. We got him at 132. So in this draft, in terms of true value, we have gotten multiple top 50 players way out of position, way out of step with where, relative to their talent, where they probably should have been drafted. We were able to get those steals. So far, we had a really good draft, and then we kind of just did whatever for the rest of the draft. So here's the draft class. It's a big one. But Tremont Battle, 78 overall, 76 overall for McGill, Patton 73, 69 for Meadows, 69 for Stump. So it's a really good draft class, honestly. There's a lot of guys here. They're gonna play snaps their rookie year for sure. These aren't gonna be guys who are gonna sit on the bench. They're gonna play. Tremont Battle is gonna play for sure. He might be our CB2 coming into the season for sure. And then Terrell McGill, he's probably gonna be our CB3. So the speed that we're gonna have here at corner is really good. We're not gonna, there's gonna be rare times where we get outrun by any team in terms of their receiving talent. We have the athletes to keep up with them, and McGill has a pretty good press rating there at 73. So, could maybe try to make him more of a slot corner. It really depends. We can put these guys almost anywhere we want, and we'll have success. And then here's Ben Patton. Probably going to be our running back too, honestly. I mean, these ratings are really good. I can't wait to get on the field and actually use him. Kind of just see what he feels like out there. But 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 81 break tackle, 86 trucking. A little surprised he didn't have a dev trade or anything like that. But then Sterling Raymond, 73 overall, 6'3", out of Alabama, 91 speed, 75 man coverage, 69 press. A little bit of ways to go, I think, for him to be an effective player. We'll definitely focus on zone when we do get upgrades for Sterling Raymond. But everything else looks really good. So, again, I'm kind of excited to see these guys, he could be definitely a frontline starter for us next season. Not the 2025 season, but potentially the 2026 season. And then Rayshon Stump, 69 overall, yes, but does have hidden dev, so at the very least that's star. So that does put us in a really good position to progress him, but 92 speed, 95 acceleration. This is a guy who's going to hit that top speed really fast. So could be a guy who works out of the slot for us. Going to have to work on some of the route running for sure. But they're good enough, right? They're good enough. But I project him and Reddick as kind of slot guys. 94 acceleration, 91 speed. And then you see the route running for Reddick needs some work, but it's doable. It's doable for sure with him. We end up then eventually taking a quarterback, kind of just a whatever. Had a strong arm, so we decided to take him, 59 overall. He'll be the backup. Darrell Meadows out of Clemson. Not a great pass coverage guy either. At some of these ratings, 54 zone coverage, so definitely an outside, I'm a very weird player, honestly. He has terrible coverage ratings. He has terrible pass rusher ratings, but he has good block shedding. Very weird player, honestly. But might be something we can build, honestly, and we'll try to do that with him. But we still need an edge rusher, and I'm willing to trade a first-round pick this year and then a second next year. Are the Raiders willing to talk about Max Crosby? we go in for this trade. They're not willing to talk about Max Crosby. So Max Crosby, not going to happen. I thought maybe we could swing a trade for Max Crosby. That'd be a big swing. But I'm going to go to the Jets, who have a dearth of pass rushers. Will McDonald here is like the third guy down. They're clearly in a 4-3 system. Will McDonald, if he played for us, he would move to outside linebacker. Not going to be trading a first-round pick for Will McDonald. I thought about it a second. Then I thought, let's see if we can get him for a third. Just to see. I thought about a second, let's see if we can get him for a third. Keep our second-round pick. Why not? So just a third for Will McDonald. Are they willing to do that? And the Jets are willing to do that. So we get Will McDonald, and he is going to slot in here as an outside linebacker for us. And so I'm happy to get this player for us, honestly. And he's going to slot in as a starting outside linebacker for us. Right outside linebacker, Will McDonald. And technically, I think his ratings his overall is going to go down to like a 74. DJ Wanham, we're going to move to left outside linebacker. And then Will McDonald would be our starting right outside linebacker. DJ Wanham would be our left outside linebacker. And we're kind of set here at edge somewhat. And we're kind of set here at the rest of our positions. Still want to upgrade at tight end, so we might swing another trade, honestly. Look around the league if there's any tight ends that we can go and grab and try to get on this team. But that is going to be the off season. We're going to have a preseason episode. We're going to get through all the preseason. I'm going to do all the training camp stuff off screen, and then we'll come back. We'll have it all done. We'll do the upgrades, and then we'll kind of play the moments through the off season, get a feel for this team. And yeah, so it took us a while to get through a full season of Madden 25 franchise mode. I don't think season 2 will take that long. So so if you're excited for that, if you're excited for season 2 of Madden 25 St. Louis Stallions Teambuilder Franchise, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you're still watching, why not hit the subscribe button? Keep watching these videos. You clearly enjoy them. Hit the subscribe button. Helps the channel. Hit the like button on this video. That helps the channel. It gets these videos out to more people to watch. So I'm going to get out of here. My voice is starting to break here, but I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.